Okay, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Still have few people in the waiting room. Welcome, welcome. Okay, can you see me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Sige. For those who are able to or can turn their cameras on, ayan na pala sila. Okay, welcome. Welcome to MSYS 20 class. My name is Gab and I will be your instructor for this semester, for this class. Okay, welcome. I see Joseph, John Gilbert, Jude, Eliana, Leopoldo. Please let me know if I'm pronouncing your names correctly. Danica, Marvin, Mai. Is it Mai? May? Zachary, Ima, Marian, Timmy, Josh, Agatha, Jose Manuel Carlos, Liam, Rubens. Okay. Parang nag-roll call na ako, no? Kylie. Tama ba? Abby, Julia, Sia. Is it Sia? All right. Paolo, Cody. Okay. Medyo nag-on off yung ibang camera. So, nalito ako. Where was I? Okay. Paolo, Laksam, Daryl Ong, Julia, Sophia, Camille, Zen, Earl Patrick, Michael, Sophia, Chanel, Ethan, Phil, RJ, Jovic, and yun, Cody Senga. All right, welcome. Is this your first time seeing each other? At least yun sa magkaka-block. I see no. Okay, so I assume this dito yung first time nyo. Good morning also, Kevin. All right, sige. So again, my name is Gab, and for today, we will be discussing the syllabus and the ano nga ba, discs policies. Okay, so but before that, I want you to go to menti.com. And since I believe most of you or most of you are freshmen, okay, so meron lang tayong a bit of profiling na magaganap just for me to understand the profile of the class. Okay, for those who are not freshies, okay, we have folks from second years. Okay, you are also free to join this. Okay, just go to menti.com and use the code 44928859. Hintayin natin. So just the first question, I just want to get some understanding or background on your senior high school track. Okay, senior high school, wala yan ng time namin. But I think last year was my first batch of MSYS 20 students na galing K to 12. So, ayan. So we have a bunch. Majority will be from STEM. Okay, we have a few from ABM and 4% others, 3%. Okay, we have 31 people, 32, 34 people in. You also have from humanities, tama ba? Diba? Humanities, humanities, education, social sciences, tama ba? Please correct me if I'm wrong. ABM is accountancy and business management. STEM, of course, STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Okay. All right, we are 40 in the Menti. So I guess that's okay. We are actually 45 in this class. And yan yung breakdown ng ating class for today. So majority will be coming from STEM. So I'm not familiar actually kung ano yung subjects that you have taken before during senior high school. But I'm guessing you are a little bit comfortable on the mathematics side. But again, for this class, we will mix it with a little bit of business. Okay, so yung intertwine ng ABM, STEM, of course, the humanities and others, it will be a very good mix for the discussions in the class. Okay, next question. Yan, sige. As we start with the session, So I want to know what comes into your minds when you hear the term MIS. So let's assume na you haven't seen the video that I posted on Canvas. Okay? Ano yung, what's your impression of MIS or Management Information Systems? So when you were applying for the Ateneo, okay, why did you choose specifically MIS? What's enticing about MIS? Ayan, so we see technology, programming, management, programming for business, business with technology, all right. Data side of business, okay. Sige. We're getting 29, 30 responses, nice. Okay, so majority are looking into programming, business, technology, management, good. So all of these things you will experience through the entire course or your MIS journey until you graduate. Okay, but for this class specifically, we will be looking at business and technology. So yung mga management, the technology in business, computer stuff, we will also discuss it very lightly here. Management with programming. Programming, we can tackle it a little bit. I think we have more time this year because we're semester based si Ateneo again. So we can incorporate a little bit of coding for MSYS 20, right? Managing a business, we can touch a little bit of that. Business driven by tech, nice. Okay. So all of these things, so yan, yung major terms that you're seeing here, business technology, programming, management, coding, all of these things you'll be encountering on the rest of your MIS journey. For this class, it will be mostly on business, technology, and management. Right? Ano ba yung next question dito? Ayan, sige. Now, let me ask about your personal goals. Okay? So now you've picked MIS, or why MIS this time? So do you have any specific goals in the future? What's your personal motivation of enrolling in MIS course? Okay. So kanina I just want to understand what's your perception of MIS. Now, why MIS? So what's your personal motivation basically? Flexibility of the course, all right. Flexible job opportunities, curriculum, technology, destiny, okay. I chose this because I'm very interested in programming. My sister recommends this course to me. Okay, interesting. Yung nagsagot nito, is your sister an alumni of the program? Or alumna of the program? Okay, to be a data scientist, have knowledge to establish my own business. Okay, so for the MIS program, right? Not sure if it was discussed during the introduction or during the open house, but you will have some tracks and specializations when you reach third year. So you can focus a little bit on. We have 3 tracks, I believe, or 3 specializations which you can focus on with your using your electives. Okay. MIS mainly, di ko nakikita, ang bilis. Future is technology based, good job opportunity. So mostly your responses were more on I believe IT as a job opportunity. Okay, flexibility of the course. I wonder what this means. If any of you could simply unmute or put on chat what you mean by flexibility of options, that would be great. Okay. Opportunities as well, opportunities abroad. Practicality, I see myself in this field. Okay, interesting. Is there any specific role or job role that you're looking at? That's why you see yourself in this field. Okay. You're very much free to unmute yourselves or type it in chat. You could. It's my second choice so far, loving it. The course is flexible. Okay. I'm really curious about why you think the course is flexible enough. Is it because of the blend between the management and technology and IT? I think you know. All right. Yeah, we have more opportunities. Okay. Good. All right. So now MIS, siguro, yun nga, I'm coming from the perception that, since no one wants to answer naman, no, I'm coming from the perception that the flexibility comes with having technology and business in one course package. So you can go through the technology route, you can go through the management route if you want, using through the MIS program, which is actually true when it comes to the job opportunities after MIS. Okay, so later on, let me share a bit of information about myself, and so you can see there that I'm also moving from a technology to a business background, coming from an MS program. Okay, sige. Let me stop sharing, and so hold on to the Menti. We will still use that later on. Okay. So iwanan nyo lang siya dyan. Let me go to the presentation very quickly. Okay, so again, that course is entitled Introduction to Management Information Systems. The code is MSYS 20. So if you are here looking for a different course code or course title, you are in the wrong Zoom meeting. I'm not sure why you end up here, but just double check you are in the MSYS 20 Introduction to MIS class. Okay, my name is Gab. Okay, my Gabriel Santos is my hindi naman siya full name. I also have a co-teacher for the course who teaches the other two sections, Jacob Chua. Okay, so the contents were created by Mr. Chua and I. Okay, now about myself. Okay, so you can call me Gab. My whole name is Gabriel Lorenzo Santos. I'm currently an industry business architect at SAP. So what I do is I face with different clients or different corporations, customers, and discuss with them some industry-specific business processes and how SAP can help them. So SAP, if you haven't heard of it yet, or if you don't know it yet, it's the leader in enterprise resource planning software. Okay, so if you have any accountant parents, they would know what SAP is. If you have any tech, if your parents are in a tech background, they would also know SAP. Okay, so prior to my current role as the industry business architect, I was a platform and technology solutions engineer. So we craft different architectures based on the business requirements or the client's requirements. So from a technology architecture perspective, we say that for your solution, you would need these types of servers, you would need these databases. We suggest you move it to the cloud because of some other commercial reasons and so on. So all of those things we do, we conduct those discussions with the customers. Okay, so very MIS in nature, I would say. Now, from before SAP, I was working with Ramcar Food Group, who handles KFC Philippines as BI consultant. And as you can see right now, I'm also a lecturer instructor here in Ateneo. Okay, from educational background, I'm currently taking the MS in Computer Science program in UP Diliman. And I was also a graduate of the MIS program back in 2014. Okay, something about myself, interests. Okay, I play games, lalo na ngayong pandemic. You might be seeing my Discord nickname having a tag playing something, whatever. I do cooking, anything about Korean culture. Madali din lang kausap. It's mainly because during my university years, I actually spent a semester in Korea through the JTA program. Okay, so hopefully things will get better in the future, and you guys get to experience the JTA program as well. And I think they have an STA or senior term abroad currently. Okay. Other than that, I don't know if you are interested. I have a dog and a cat. In the pandemic, dumami yung plants sa house. Wala na magawa kasi. Yan. Basically, that's everything about myself. Okay. Any questions from the class? Right? Any questions? Wala naman? All good? Okay. If walang questions, I'll proceed. Okay, so the agenda for today, again, we'll discuss through the course syllabus, the DISCS policies, and I know you have seen the Canvas, but let me just reiterate some items regarding our official Canvas page. Okay, so from the syllabus perspective, okay, the course description, this course gives students a solid and concise foundation in the fundamentals of information system through the most recent research, references, and examples in the field. So if you have seen the introduction video of what information systems is on Canvas, you would see that it actually spans not just the corporations or for-profit organizations, but you can also see information systems on a non-corporate setting. Okay, so we will look into those different examples. Let's see if we can incorporate some new updates in the field, and but mostly we give you the foundations, definitions that will help you understand or kickstart your MIS journey. Okay, course learning outcomes discuss the importance of information systems and how it supports businesses in its operations, decision making, and achieving competitive advantage. Okay, if these terms are not familiar with you, we'll discuss them in detail. One thing that I want to emphasize for this course is communication. So how will you communicate technology concepts or technical concepts to a business person? Okay, so let's put it this way. Not everyone has a technical rigor. Okay, so you need to explain to them what a RAM is, how it's not downloadable. Okay, would you choose a 16 gigabyte RAM versus a 32 gigabyte RAM, and so on. Okay, these concepts and the value behind these decisions, you need to convey them to the business owners or the non-technical people. Okay, we establish the connection between overall business objectives and IT project objectives. So we will tackle this. We will tackle this in the course as well, but on your future courses here in the MIS field, you will also have a dedicated course for this. Okay, pero of course you will kickstart your journey here. Hopefully you can also develop your own business use cases for the latest technology available. So if you've seen, if you're interested on any technology, let's say blockchain, okay, how can you actually leverage blockchain for business purposes? So we'll also think through that here in this course. Okay, so lastly, okay, if since technology is almost everywhere, as you can see, you should be able to critique as well an existing computer-based or manual system and recommend appropriate points for improvement. So based on what you've seen in the technology trends, okay, and at the same time, ano ba yung what's happening in the industry or the trends externally, okay, you should be able to at least give recommendations on what's the appropriate approach, okay, on what's the appropriate action, right? So at the end of the course, okay, as the capstone of the course, you will have a project. We will give you specific specifications from a business, okay, and so they will list down the requirements that they need, and you guys need to come up with a proposal on what will be the technology landscape for their requirements, right? So that's a teaser for the project. All right. Again, lastly, meron pa palang last, no? Investigate the implications of using latest technologies to society and environment. Of course, we need to look at the ethics side of technology as well. So we'll incorporate some ethics discussion in the class. Okay, course outline first. We will look into the strategic part of it. So if you are looking into the business side, this is where we will discuss them. Introduction to information systems in organizations and information systems and strategies. So before you can actually propose a technology to an organization, you need to have a solid understanding on why we are proposing it in the first place. Is kailangan ba siya ng business, or is it actually an additional revenue for the business? Okay, or is it simply just a cost for the business? So you need to deliver the value of that technology of information systems to the business owners, right? Second one, we will go a little bit of detail on the technical side. So we will look now into the systems architecture. So this is where we will introduce IT concepts, okay, parts of the computer, just to give everyone, just to put everyone at the level, okay. What is cloud? What is not on-premise? We will also discuss them here during this part. And then we will go deeper into the application side, which is the business information systems. Okay. Lastly, you understand that there's a need for the project. You understand the technology side. You now have to develop. You have to deploy the system. I mean, not in the class, but in the overall MIS perspective. You need to analyze, you to develop them and deploy them through project management. So we will tackle those at the third module or third part of the class. And that's when we will also discuss some ethics, privacy, and security discussions. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. From Gilbert, is the project a group work? Yes, it will be a group project. So we have 45 people in the class. So we can actually you can now start looking for your groups of 5. Okay, so 5 members per group, right? So kayo nang bahala doon on how you will arrange yourself. But if you need some help on the groupings, let's say, sir, tatlo lang kami, we need 2 more. Let me know so I can endorse you to the entire class. Okay? So baka may 2 tao na naghahanap ng group, so we can pair you with the 2 remaining students. So yun, matchmaking na lang. So if you have your final 5, okay, if you have your final group, so just send me an email with, of course, the course tagging and your potential group name. Okay, so group name and list down the members. And after that, I will organize all the groupings in Canvas para meron din kayong sarili nyong Canvas page. Okay? Okay ba? Can I get a response? I can okay sign or a check button or on video. Okay? Just to make sure that everything's clear or na may nakakarinig pa sa akin. Okay. Sige. I'm seeing thumbs up. All right. Sige. So, no questions on the course outline. Let me proceed to grading criteria. So the project is will take 40% of your grade. Okay. Also, the case studies will be by group. So you will see na 60% are actually group effort for the class. Okay. So we want you to at least be comfortable with your group mates and make sure na hindi kayo mag-aaway during the semester. Okay. The remaining three items, the final exam, midterm exam, quizzes, all of them are individual unless stated otherwise. So there might be times na sabihin ko na group assignment na lang. So of course, that will be a group effort. But mostly, final exam and midterms, individual. Quizzes, homework exercises will be individual as well. Okay. Grading system, if you're not familiar yet, discs have a separate grading system. So we will follow that. A is at least a 93 and the rest follows. Okay. You can see on the screen. Other admin matters. Okay. Canvas as our official learning management system. Live sessions like this will be MWF unless I cancel it from the Google Calendar perspective. So if you haven't received the Google Calendar invite yet, please let me know so I can send it to you. Okay. Attendance is encouraged but optional. Just as stated from the LS memo. And we have 2 BDLs for the class, Mr. Kyle Ong and Sophia. Okay. If you could say hello through chat or on microphone.
Hello.
Hi.
Ayan. Welcome. Hello. Ayan. So they are your 2 BDLs for the class. So on if you have any questions, let's say nahihiya pa kayo sa akin to reach out to me, you can course it through them. So yan, may anonymity layer. Okay? Let's say sabihin nila, sir, may isang classmate na ganito, blah, blah, blah. Okay, then kami mag-discuss ng BDL and then I'll let them relay them to you. But other than that, you are very much free to reach out to me through Canvas, through email, and even the Discord server if you have any specific questions to me. Okay, so let's keep an open communication and technically huwag na kayo mahiyang magtanong if you have any questions, right? Okay, questions. Grading criteria, system, admin matters. Do you have any questions? All right, no questions then? Okay, so now let's proceed with, sige. David Ken Del Mundo.
Hi, sir. Can you
Hello?
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
For the
Wait lang.
groups, what are the max number of members again?
The max will be 5. Okay, so
Okay.
there you are actually 45 in the class. So we will have total of 9 groups unless during towards the semester may mga mag drop with permission. So let's see. Pero as of this point, okay, maximum 5 members per group.
Okay, thanks, sir.
All right. So yun. So if ano na, if you have a lot of friends or if you are the famous student in the block na pag-aagawan, so choose your members wisely. Okay, just a question siguro before I proceed with disc policies. How many blocks are in this class? At least for MIS. Kasi I see a P and P1. So dalawang blocks ba meron dito? Or do we have more? Tama ba? P and P1 yung blocks dito for the MIS blocks. Okay. Anong info po ulit yung i-email po namin sa inyo with regards to groupings? So the group name of your group, and of course the members. Okay, so list of members. 5 blocks, P, P1, P2, P3, and P4. Are all 5 blocks in this class? I don't think so. I think dinistribute naman. But there are 5 blocks in MIS now. Grabe, ang dami na. During our time, we tatlo lang kami. S, S1, and S2. We're still at S. Okay, sige. Thank you, Timmy. Timmy, for the info on the blocks. Okay, now let's proceed with the discs policies. Just to reiterate some items on the academic integrity. Saan na yan? In Chrome ko pala. Okay, let me know if you can see my screen now.
We can see it, sir.
Thank you, Ruben. Okay, ayan. So let me discuss briefly about the DISC's academic integrity policy. It might not be enough to say that cheating and plagiarism is bad. So let us give some examples on ano ba 'tong mga to. Okay, so academic dishonesty examples: copying language, structure, ideas, thoughts of another, and passing it as your own is considered as plagiarism. Okay, sources explicitly provided for the course is allowed. So yung mga from the slides, from the books that are listed down on the syllabus, you can use them as sources, but make sure if you're directly lifting it from those sources, make sure to cite them properly. Okay. Now, if you are using other person's program or solution, whether by your previous teacher or from another student, that still constitutes as cheating. Okay. So main point here, if it's not yours, make sure to cite it properly. And okay lang naman, almost everything siguro can be Googled ngayon. Okay. Even some of the quiz answers might be in Google already, but just make sure to cite them properly. And of course, try to make up your own thoughts as well. Okay. Next, basing solutions and programs on solutions used in previous terms, cheating. Obtaining solutions to assignments commercially. So if you use a tutoring program, you buy it online, it still constitutes as cheating. So and also giving or receiving unauthorized aid, assistance, unfair advantage for any academic work also constitutes cheating. Okay, so again, ang basis naman ito, make sure that you do your work independently unless stated otherwise. Okay, so of course, group works will be a group effort, but make sure that all the thoughts there are coming within your group, okay, not from other groups or from other sources. And if it's not yours, cite them properly. Okay, students may use programs they wrote themselves in the past. Programs, utilities, libraries provided by authorized by instructor, use of programs outside of those authorized by instructor, use of programs outside of those authorized by the instructor in preparing an assignment is cheating. Okay, so so far light lang naman yung programming touch natin for this class, but maybe in the future for your next classes or other programming classes, you need to take note of this. Okay, on written work, copying or quoting words and ideas and passing them off as your own without proper citation is plagiarism. So all sources must be duly acknowledged, inclusive of the smallest detail. Okay. Of course, we expect academic integrity from every one of you. Okay, so any trace of academic dishonesty shall be penalized. Okay, so misrepresenting facts, fabricating data results, representing another's work or knowledge as one's own. So all of these things will hit under academic dishonesty. Okay, so you pwede naman din kasi na during those times that you're doing your group work or you consult with your classmates on how to deal with a problem or a topic, okay? You thought that it's just a casual Q&A or discussion, but apparently some of your classmates are already typing down your answers and using it as their own without you knowing it. So while not intentionally deceptive, some careless acts have the same outcome and may be treated as academic dishonesty. So if you leave your code or let's say your Word on workstations, or let's say you're sharing your screen, kasi nga nag-discuss kayo, you're typing it down, and then someone took it off from there, okay? It's a careless act that's still treated as academic dishonesty. So leaving your account open, giving other person the opportunity to use your account, allowing someone else to use their username and password, leaving work open for others to copy. Those are careless acts that are still treated as academic dishonesty. Okay. Discs recognize, again, certain situations you may not be aware that you might be committing academic dishonesty because there are a lot of collaboration tools available. Google Docs, you get your thoughts from Stack Overflow or whatever. So same thought as I've been saying kanina, unless otherwise specified, every work shall be treated, shall be made by you alone. Okay, as a result of the individual effort. Okay, to minimize the risk of committing academic dishonesty, okay, students should not work together on assignments unless stated otherwise. Since a lot of activities that we will do in this class will be mostly group works. Students should not consult with one another, should not debug each code, blah blah blah. Okay, so you might be seeing a lot of code here. Okay, simply because this is the generic discs policies. Okay, so you will be encountering discs policies again when you start taking your programming classes. Now all of these lines with the word code will make sense now. Okay, so when in doubt, again, just ask me if that's okay. So yun, unless stated otherwise naman, then you can make sure to do things on your own. Okay, so there are things that I cannot track. I'll be honest, of course. If you guys are talking with each other offline, that's really up to you. So it's really more of a consensuous effort not to commit academic dishonesty, right? And we have certificate of authorship for individual and group work. So I will attach these templates on Canvas as part of the admin documents, which you will need to submit when you submit your group work. Okay, so let's say the project, you will need a certificate of authorship with that. So that is the binding document that says that work is officially yours. Okay, so we have one for individual work and also for group work. And ayan, so each faculty member may implement. Okay, you will be penalized for that. I will just explain further as we give the specifications for the project. Okay. Right. Source code, not relevant for us. Guidelines for cases. Okay. I will give you the access to these slides. And what I want you to do is to confirm that you have read through these slides. Okay, so I will upload, or I will send a link, a Google form link, simply to acknowledge that you have read the terms and you agree with these discs policies. Okay, so all of those, the copy of the slides and that Google form will be up together with the recording of this session. Any questions? So I have one question in chat. We won't be doing any programming this semester, right? We can do it depending on the appetite, I guess the appetite of the class. So we can do a little bit of programming exercises, very basic programming exercises, just to give you a taste of it before you get into your official programming classes. So hindi naman heavy programming work, so that's okay. Don't have to worry about it. All right. Any questions with disks policies? Are there any other questions? Okay. If not, let's go back to the Mentimeter because we have a few more questions here. Okay. Maybe part of the profiling, which I forgot earlier. Okay. I want you to give me like, how is your internet situation? Okay. So you could put, if it's reliable for most times, you could put at least 8. Okay. If super unreliable, like super not useful, of course, you go below 5. 6, 7, so. Sometimes meron, sometimes wala. 8 above, for most cases, relatively stable naman yung internet connection. Right? So we have at least an average of a 7.7, 7.8, 7.9. All right? Sige. I think safe level naman yung internet connection. So if you have any issues regarding accessing Canvas, or let's say accessing yung the files required for the class, please let me know. Or of course, you can also reach out to your classmates if they could help you out on that. Okay. I'm not sure. I have to check again on this one if Ateneo still requires. If Ateneo can still send out physical copies of the materials. Okay, so let me check on that. Okay, but other than that, 7.8, I think it's a decent level of internet rating. Okay, most of you are on 8. Okay, a bunch, we have 1 at 5. Okay, I hope you you can still attend the synchronous sessions. Okay, or you at least not experience too much of hindrance from doing your work here. Okay, now we'll have a quiz. Okay. Ano ba to? Tama ba to? 34. Press enter to start countdown. Okay, so the quiz is related to examples of academic dishonesty. Sige, so choose your answers. Okay? Kung alin dito yung example of academic dishonesty. Okay, so first item, giving your classmate a draft outline for an essay, downloading and submitting a code from Stack Overflow, accidentally showing your quiz responses while sharing your screen, or citing a source not listed in the official references for the course. Maingay pala yung music ito. Okay, 20-ish seconds. You have 38 responses. Tingnan natin if may nakuha tayo from the quick disks policies presentation. All right. Okay. Wala pwede, hindi mo pwede i-mute yung music. All right. So, yan yung correct answers. So, first is, of course, giving your classmate a draft outline for an essay can be a source of academic dishonesty. Kasi even though if it's still an outline, they can still use that as a basis for their work, even though it's your work. Okay. Of course, downloading and submitting a code directly from Stack Overflow is also an academic dishonesty app. If you are sharing your screen while answering your quiz and you accidentally show them like a split second and may naka-screenshot nun, that is also considered as academic dishonesty. Citing a source not listed in the official references of the course, that is okay as long as it's properly cited. Okay? Okay, lahat naman kayo mostly nakuha nun. Right? So now, Can you still hear me? Hindi ko narinig sarili ko kanina. Ang lakas ng music. Okay. So, before you answer this, or I'll just leave this question here on Menti. Okay, so give an example of information system. Let me just go back to the other presentation to look into the canvas, just to reiterate some points. Okay, how many? Okay, we still have a few minutes left. Okay, we're done with disks policies. Now for Canvas itself, okay, if you haven't seen the official Canvas page, this is how it looks like when you enter. You will see a very brief, just a little bit of message that asking you to extend a little bit of compassion to your classmates and even to me, in case, because we're still here on the virtual setting, no, and things can get out of the way. We don't know what can happen next. Okay, so yeah, so just a little bit of empathy with everyone. Okay, and if you have any issues that hinders your learning journey here in this class, please let me know and we can discuss it. Okay, so in case that you need to weigh whether to attend the class or deal with your personal matters, please feel free to choose the latter. Okay, just let me know. Just give me a heads up. Na, sir, I can't attend today. I'm taking a vaccine, down with the vaccine side effects, whatever. Okay, just please let me know, and you're very much free to do so. Synchronized sessions recordings will be uploaded naman to the Canvas page, so you don't have to worry missing the sessions. Okay. What else? So the calendar is on the right hand side. So any deadline, you should see it on the right hand side. Okay. The grading criteria is also here in case you forget from the slides earlier. Of course, if you're lost, you have the main menu on the left hand side. And for the rest of the deliverables will be posted here under the course summary. Okay, so if you go to the landing page of the Canvas page, lahat ng deliverables will be listed down there, the details and their due date. Okay, so you have a lot of options to look at if in case you forget something. Okay, if the I guess the Zoom link works from the Google Calendar, but if in any case there are some issues, rely on what is in the Canvas page. Ito yung official copy natin for everything: announcements, deliverables, and even the recordings. Okay. I'm not sure if everyone is in the Discord server, so I put up a Discord server for all of my students. So aside from the MSYS 20, I'm also handling an MSYS 30 class, which is the algorithms class. So there we can come up with some discussions. Also, you can use the Discord server for your own discussions if you want. So wala naman tracking na nagaganap doon. BDLs are there as admins to help organize things in the server itself. Okay, let me share it very quickly. Okay, share screen. All right, so this is how the Discord server looks like. Okay, siyempre sa akin marami nakalabas lahat ng class. If you're not here yet, I think I sent the invite link. So just join if you want. You're not forced to join. But of course, any announcements that I make on Canvas, I will also upload it here. Okay. Yeah. So may a little bit of messages, just a few reminders for everyone. Okay. Ayun. So we have some study groups here, some voice channels. If you want, you can use them also for your group activities. We also have some off-topic discussions. If you just want to share random memes or whatever, news, games, you can use it here. Okay, so it's really more of a study lounge just to provide my students another channel for learning. Okay, aside from Canvas. So it's just an extension of Canvas. Yun. So if you are interested, so a lot of your classmates are here as well. Just make sure to change your nickname to your preferred name unless you want me to call you by your usernames. So medyo weird naman yun. So yun. So please change your nicknames to change your server nickname so everyone can address you properly. And if pronouns is important to you, okay, if it's necessary, please add them too so we can address you properly. Okay, any questions? We have 3 minutes left, 3-ish minutes left. Okay. Are there any other questions, concerns about the class, admin? Okay. Admin side. All right. Kung wala ng question, okay, maybe just to kickstart the discussions on information systems. So on the Canvas page, there's a quick, there's a too long didn't read part video which explains what information system is. So you could, if you could give an example of what information system, of an information system, please write them down. Okay, we have storing, Bitcoin, Facebook, support systems, custom relations. I assume this should be customer relations. Categorizing, telecommunications, database. Okay, Facebook, YouTube. Discuss. Parang bigyan ako na marinig yun. Amazon. Okay, online shopping platforms. All right. Sige. So as you think of an example of information system, on our next lecture, which will be next week, okay, so we will deep dive into some definitions of what exactly is an information system. Okay, ayan. So we have inventory tracking, okay, Lazada, okay, online shopping platforms, cryptocurrency, interesting, okay, blockchain, ledger, okay, parang a lot of you are interested on cryptocurrency, okay, you're probably on the Axie hype right now. Okay, managing information. Okay, YouTube, Facebook database management. All right, so hold on to these answers. We will see next week if all of these things are at least fall under the category or the definition of an information system. Okay, so any questions regarding our day 0? Any questions? Okay, if nahiya kayong magtanong, I will leave the next page. Oops. Next page. Ayan. You can write down your question if you don't want to be ano ba to? Tagged to your question. So if you want a little bit of privacy, I believe hindi naman makikita yung names dito. So if you have any questions, feel free to write them down here. Otherwise, okay, it's already 10:50. Usually we dismiss the class 10 minutes before the time. Okay. Will this subject be hard? Okay, with capital haha. Medyo subjective to. But that depends. As much as possible, I try it to be as digestible as possible. One thing is it's an introduction class. Second is it will be difficult for me to check if bigyan ka ng maraming highfalutin questions, whatever. So from my experience before, usually at least mga quizzes, mga review quizzes, some of them would be your self-research work. So lahat naman manageable on your own time. Okay. Hello? Mark has answered. Ito pala. Should the group names be formal? Honestly, that depends on you, but of course, make sure it's a decent group name. Kasi at the end, if you present yourselves as, I don't know, hindi ko alam kung anong indecent names. If you present yourself as that, then it doesn't look really professional. So you can be playful. I think I have a few friends before named their group as IB Hard. Aside from the other connotation, it's actually the opposite of Ubisoft. So yung mga ganun. So they were just being playful. So that's okay. So that's really up to you. Okay. Next question. By when should we have our groupings for the project? So ngayon ko in-announce, no? So at least have it by next week so we can prepare ready na kayo when the group activities come in. Okay, so the case studies, probably some group homeworks, para ready na lahat. Okay, so hopefully by next week the groupings will be available. And if you have any issues looking for group mates, okay, you can email me or you can reach out to your classmates directly on Discord or on your other channels. Okay. Sorry, may question pa pala sa chat. Are the lessons on synchronous sessions or in Canvas? It will be both. Okay, so if we conduct synchronous sessions, ito na yung class itself. If in case we miss some sessions in the future, I will upload asynchronous materials in replacement. Okay. PC specs ninyo, sir. Share ko na lang later. Okay. Wait, just to clarify, the groupings are pick your own, correct? Yes, it will be up to you. Okay, so kung sino naman yung kabati nyo sa class, that will, I guess, kunin nyo na. Okay, if so, groupings, kayo na bahala. Is the class heavy on requirements? I think the requirements are pretty much basic assignments. The case studies, you will need, of course, mostly essay types yun. And the project, medyo challenging yung project, I guess, pero all MIS majors have gone through that project. Okay, so para siyang rite of passage for MIS students. Okay, my laptop can't really run code based from past experiences. Is now the best time to buy a new one. Ha ha ha. Not for this class. Okay, so I mean, I don't know what code you were running before. We can rely on some online cloud on some online development platforms like Google Collaboratory. Okay, if in case your laptop can't handle running code. Okay, so that's fine. If in case we venture really on the programming side, we will be using Python naman. So maraming online platforms for Python. Who wants to be group mates? Ayan, may nagtanong na, who wants to be group mates? Hindi ko alam kung sino to. Wala kayo dyan. I personally am unfamiliar with Google Calendar stuff. Will you please explain how it works? Okay, sige, that's a good question. Ilang minutes ba? We have 55. So if you have no questions or not interested on these questions, feel free to drop off from the call. But if you are, let me give a bit of a demo background of Google Calendar. Ano ba yung gamit ko? Of course, ito na yung email. Okay. All right. So Google Calendar, I just use this, of course, to block your time. Okay, for junior classes. So I set up calendars for all of the known class slots. Okay, so if I go into one calendar invite, it says here the schedule 10 to 11. Of course, once you have your this calendar invite, it will you will get a series of calendar invites until the end of semester. So lahat na yun. The link is here. The Zoom link is here. What I want you guys to do is to accept or decline the calendar. So I think itong RSVP yun. Yes, no, wag na yung dalawa. Papagulo lang. Just yes, no, maybe. Just to give me an idea whether may pupunta ba sa class or wala. Okay, kasi kung wala naman yung class, syempre hindi ako mag-class, diba? So just accept or decline each calendar invite. So you will get it here. Let's say ito for next week for September 6, 8, and 10. We have different calendars for that. 13, 15, 17, and so on. So just accept them or decline if you can or cannot attend the class. Okay? Diretso ka na dito. Oh, saan na yun? Percent. Ba? Naklik na ba yan? Will we have synchronous sessions every scheduled time? That actually depends. So I might be giving some day offs from time to time. But of course, please let me know if you wish to have day off. Okay, this might backfire on me. Pero if really, if you have heavy requirements on other classes, let's say, we can discuss naman. But mostly, I give ample time for the deadlines naman. Let's say I announce it today, the deadline would be in 2 weeks or so. So ganun naman yung duration niya. So you can prepare your timing as well. By when should we have our groupings for the project? I've answered that. Fixie specs next time. Heavy requirements, code, wants to be group mates, unfamiliar with Google. Will this be our groupings until the end of the semester? Yes. Okay, so choose your groupings properly or wisely. Hindi man properly. Wala namang proper way of choosing a group mate. Okay, so they will be your group mates until the end of semester. Okay, so any questions? It's 10:58, 2 minutes until the official time off of the class. Right? Any questions? Wala naman. You're free to eat during the class. Ikaw nang bahala if papakita mo sa lahat yung ulam mo or food mo or coffee. Just make sure to mute yourselves kasi hindi naman to mukbang session. Okay? Unless you want us to hear your eating chicharon or whatever. Okay? So, yun. I have no control on whatever you do behind your computers. Okay? Just maintain respect your other classmates who are in this learning environment. Okay? So yan, if you have no questions, you're free to drop off and I will see you guys next week because Friday walang class, it's faculty day and usually for faculty day, walang pasok, circular reasoning, blah, blah, blah. Okay, if you have no questions, I'll see you guys probably on Discord or, or just send me an email if you have any questions. Okay? Thank you so much and have a good day.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I have a question,
Sir?
pero it's more like unrelated.
Sorry, who's that? Sino yan?
Here.
Liam. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm a shifty. So I'm not really sure. I'm a 2BS MIS because last year I was CS.
Okay.
So I just shifted this year, but I'm unsure like the blocking, what like block I'm in. Like how does that work?
Okay.
Say I'm a shifty.
I am not sure too on how that works. I think shifties are treated like transferees, or it depends really on which group you fall into. So I have some shifty blockmates before. They just end up being my blockmates because they're usually assigned to our class blocks, class schedules, ganun lang.
Okay.
So you are sophomore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then from CS you move to MSYS. Tama?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if in case for your other classes you meet these bunch of guys again, then technically you can treat them as your blockmates.
Okay, so it's like intuitive.
Wala
Okay.
namang, I don't think there's some formality on the blockings talaga. In essence, the blockings are just a way to organize the schedule of the freshies and sophomores.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, cool. All right.
Sir, may question din ako. So I'm
Yes.
from IS.
Mm.
So would there be any problem ba like with the class? No naman Like kasi 'di ba most are MIS.
Mm.
So
Wala namang problem
Okay.
unless walang may gusto mapag-friend sa'yo. Yun lang. Pero requirements wise, everything's the same.
Okay. Can I ask ba if there's anyone else na like do you know ba sir if there's anyone else na who's IS here? Or ako lang?
Yeah, it's not just you. That's for sure. Joke lang, ikaw lang. Yeah, dalawa kayo. Dalawa kayong IS.
Okay.
If you know Sarah
What's her last name?
Makan Jola.
No. Hindi siya. Yun na lang.
She's also to ABIS.
Yeah. Baka kilala ko siya.
Yan.
Okay, sige. Thank you, sir.
You can pair up with Liam na rin to form your groups. Yes, Daryl.
Hindi,
Any
ka-group ko
questions?
si
I was
Daya.
just saying bye, sir. Yeah, I'm group mates
Okay.
with them.
Okay.
Okay, bye, sir.
Allow your question. All right, sige.
Bye,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.